Welcome back to the Reggies podcast. You're here with three blokes that could have been anything but decided to have fun instead. What a show we have coming up for you today. A little bit of post-wedding carry-on, I'd say. The John Daly Trucker is also live right now as we speak, so let's hope that goes well and everyone goes home happy. Of course, we have Olympics coming out of our ass. Aussie brilliance everywhere. NRL, AFL, fucking catastrophes for the Broncos and the Hawks. They basically ruined the unruinable weekend. Boxing, UFC, it's all happening. The sport is unstoppable. Now, I am not sure if you can tell, Reggies, but the G1 is not actually on site in the studio tonight. Still wanted to open the show and let you know what's to come. Hang on. What's that, Dale? Yeah, fucking give me a spell or the cunt will fall off. Yeah, 5 minutes. Sorry, boys. Where was I? I'm not in the studio. I've got a house full of Swedes still. Keto is in town for some post-wedding carry-on. I got trips to Rocky today, trips to Rocky yesterday with people flying out, and I just couldn't get in there today. So it is my first show that I have missed. The reins are handed over to the boys. I'm nervous, but I'm also trusting. Quino, please keep an eye on them. Boys, what a weekend. What a fucking weekend. I am the biggest tin ass on earth with the weekend we just got delivered for the wedding. Fucking wow. It was a dead set dream. Nothing went wrong, and it was amazing, boys. The day on Saturday was bullshit. I could not believe we'd tinned it that hard. It was unreal. I'm sure these two will have a little bit more to say about it as well. I'll chat more on Friday's Punch Show, but it's a fucking sports show after all, not a sopping wedding recap. You will be hearing from me later on too about the Broncos. 36 now in the second half. And the Hawks, 7 goals in the last quarter. Fuck. Talk soon.
Righto, on that note, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. No, just joking.
We can't do it without him.
Good on you, G1. He's pretty much, what a start. He's just delivered us with
fucking
there.
oath. And look, it's taken him about 100 or so episodes to have a Sickie, and we've had our fair share, so it's only fair we take the reins off him.
Exactly. You know how much it means to him to miss a show. There's about 6 different things that either of us probably would have used to have a show off. And that's why he's had to open it still. He's like, I don't trust you cunts.
He can't. Yeah, Quino needs to keep an eye on us. Otherwise, shit's just going to go wrong.
That's right. It could go rogue. But
we do have a great episode coming up.
We do, man. And talking about great things, the big fella just gave it a bit of a wrap-up. But Keppel Island absolutely turned it on for us. It was fucking amazing.
Mate, it was beautiful weekend.
Getting off that barge, I was just going, no fucking way.
Because I
hadn't been before, have you?
True. I went a few times when I was younger.
Yeah.
And last year I went actually for an apprentice trip, and I fucking don't remember half the day because I was so blind. So it was good to have a nice weekend there.
Oh, dude, I can't talk the joint up enough. Like, as in being where we live, being only an hour and a bit away or whatever to Yeppoon.
It's a little hidden gem, isn't it?
Well, I was saying on Alpha Blokes with Camp that it was like, before that, I'd say to Beck, I'd be good to go to Yeppoon for a weekend, without the kids. Man, and for a weekend like that away, I'm straight to Keppel now. Because it's fucking you're driving the same thing, half an hour barge, bang.
Jump on a barge, banging right there.
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful. The Friday, few beers early on.
Everyone was on the tins.
Beautiful day, and that beachfront starting on the tins. And then Saturday, the big day, you couldn't paint a better picture.
Yeah, like the Grope said, man, everything worked really well. It's always that nervous thing when you get a wedding because it's the two totally separate groups of people coming together.
Well, that's right.
And this was a totally different country sort of coming together.
Different
and, mate,
fish.
We got along very fucking well.
By the end of the weekend, I probably only knew 25% of the people there.
And
by the end of the weekend, I had yarned and met everyone, and everyone was just dancing together by the end of the night, singing, drinking, piss. It was fucking perfect, man. You couldn't actually find any faults, I reckon.
Even the speeches, man, like,
Including yourself.
at a
Your
lot of-
speech was fucking perfect too.
Thanks, mate. A lot of the weddings you go to, speeches can drag on, and it's an important part, so everyone's respectful and you listen.
Sure.
But a lot of the times, there's a lot of ones that drag on for ages. Maybe because we're so invested in, like, such good mates with him that you're more invested. But I just felt like every speech had their great parts. They didn't drag on for too
They're
long.
all unique as well.
Yeah, and mate, I've got to give a shout out to fucking Frederick.
Oh,
Wendy's
old, man.
old boy. So he's going up, and I didn't know what to expect. I'd never met him before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, this could be a long-winded one. I don't know much about what they've been, like what they've done before.
A
and
bit
all
of
this sort
broken English as well.
Well, yeah, so I'm going, righto, this could be a bit interesting. Nah. He had
Nah.
a fucking harmonica, dude, and handed out pieces of paper with the chorus of the song he was about to pump out.
He wrote a song for it.
And literally nailed it and got everyone singing the chorus and then just pounded these harmonica solos.
Wenray Blues.
Actually, Frederick might be a shout for Captain of the Week, Jack.
That's actually a great fucking sniff,
Fucking
man.
because
I didn't know what
Frederick-
to expect. I saw it and I was like, shit, is this a Swedish chant we might not need to know? And he pretty well said, he's like, I'll count yous in.
Yeah.
You need to start singing this and yous will get it fine. We're like, righto. By the halfway through the song, man, everyone's cheering and clapping.
the whole
and
wedding's
screaming.
into it, and he's just shredding the harmonica.
Fuck, he could shred a harmonica, man.
I nearly bought one.
I think he gave one to Groper as a bit of a gift, and I was like, you need to fucking learn how to play that, mate, because I want to see more of that
Yeah,
stuff.
put that in your mouth instead of talking so much. No,
Maybe you can serenade us in the show.
and that was a hard act to follow as well. Same with Keats and Trace. Like, they did
Yeah.
a great job too.
Tracy's was awesome. She did. She was talking about being an English teacher, and she's
Yeah.
like, "There's 3 types of English. You got your Aussie English, normal English, and then Aussie lingo." And
Yeah.
rattled off for the Swedes what we talk about. And
Yeah.
the perfect one I thought was when she said, "If someone calls you a cunt, it's
Yeah.
actually when you're in the friend zone
Yeah.
and you're mates with them. And then if someone says, 'There's your best mate over there,' it means it's your worst enemy."
Yeah, that's right. And it's like, wow, that is literally like what it is.
We just say the opposite of everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Keto's
no,
was brilliant. Yours and Kingy's was brilliant as
Yeah.
well. Like, it all had uniqueness to it, and it was all just fucking perfect.
Yeah, it was,
Like you said, he 10-asked it.
it was a fucking hard. It's so hard. Like, I've done it a couple of times now, the best man speech,
Mm-hmm.
and dude, it's fucking hard because like
Would be.
you grow up in Australia, and I think we're getting better as blokes, but there's not many times where you really sit there and let your best mate know how much you really appreciate
That's
it.
right, and be vulnerable in front of that many people too.
And it's like, so delivering that message, and like when I started talking about my kids and how, I love seeing Groper so close with my kids and how they take to him like that, and just what Wendy and him have been through and how much I love him and all this sort of shit. I'm just going, whoa, like it just hits you.
Yeah, it would hit
and you're
you
like,
like a
oh,
wall.
fucking keep it together,
You
son.
can tell by everyone's speeches just how important that couple is, and you could tell by the whole day that they are just fucking perfect for each other, aren't
Yep. So without sucking him off anymore,
they? Yeah, you've gotten all your sucks, mate.
you got in your sucks.
You had a whole day for you, and your
Yeah.
head was going to fucking
yeah,
fall
yeah,
off,
and now it's finished, so shut up.
and you're not Mick here.
So fuck off. But yeah, so massive congratulations to Groper and Wendy. I would cheers them, but Groper is not here to wipe our ass, and he didn't bring any drinks in. So that's why you didn't hear a crack at the start, and we no longer have
I've
a
got a
fridge
mug
anymore.
of tap water.
We no
Cheers.
longer have a fridge anymore because we took it to the new HQ with Alpha Blokes since we've taken this over. So
Look, when
Yeah.
Groper's kerfuffle settles down after the wedding and everything's back into normality.
Yep.
Then the studio, we'll have the fridges. We're going to set it up into an absolute Reggie man cave.
Oh, 100%, mate.
So
We're
I'm keen
talking
to get
pool
stuck into our
tables,
work.
ultimate. We were even tossing up the idea, Jace, and this might not even happen, but we thought it was pretty
It's good
funny
to
at the
think
time,
about it, isn't it?
Is like we need a throne each to watch sport on.
We do.
And we're like, it'd be cool to see who could get the best throne off Marketplace.
The best Reggie couch.
Yeah, the best Reggie one-seater recliner out
A
of
couch
the
that
three
could
of us.
just tell a yarn.
A couch that's got stuck into its work over the years.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's seen some fucking origins.
And
that's
some
seen
stuff.
some Olympics.
It's seen everything.
Seen some rooting.
It's too
know.
much. So we'd set each other a budget and then go ahead on Marketplace who can get the Reggies couch and then let the listeners vote.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think we stick with the idea.
I think it'll come. I think we do it. I don't think it'll happen for a while.
No, but we're starting to
look,
drop seeds around at
it's
the
a good
moment.
idea. If someone else does it, we came up with it. So just know that.
Yeah,
know that.
exactly.
And if
So
someone
don't
else has
fucking
done
steal
it,
it off
it's a
us.
coincidence because we thought of it the other day.
We started it first.
Anyway, we should probably start talking about a bit of fucking sport. But before then, Jace, this hat that I'm holding
Yes.
right here, and that's on my dome, the John Daly Reggie Trucker. This thing was on sale last night. Now, we're recording before it went on sale, so we don't know what happened. It could have sold out. There could be fucking 90% left. We don't know. All I know is it's a ripper hat, and anyone who fucking copped one, I really appreciate, because
Huge thanks.
you guys are literally, and I mean literally, keeping the lights on here at the new HQ. We've taken a step and, got our own place now and stuff like that. A lot of people do a lot of things behind the scenes. And it's not for free. So you doing this stuff for us allows us to keep the show to good quality and keep constantly improving. So thank you very much. And if you want to check it out, head to thereggies.com.au if there's still any left.
Absolutely. It's a glorious hat too, as we've mentioned. You got to have this hat to match the new Moya shirt as well.
Yeah, I reckon.
It goes together. So yeah, shout out to you if you cop one. Absolute legends.
Yep, 100%. Righto, mate. Should we cover the Olympics first, do you think?
Yes, we should. That's the main talking point in sport in the world at the moment,
right.
isn't it?
There's
one
happening.
that has been pumping in the RLC, and it has just been everywhere, and it stands out to all of us Reggies because it is probably the reggiest act at the Olympics yet, and it's the Turkish shooter.
Do you know how to pronounce his first name? Normally I get Groper to do this. He gets annoyed at me if
So
I
I've seen
fuck him up.
Yusuf. No, I don't want to say it.
Dekek Yusuf. Sorry, we got that wrong. I've actually got a little spiel on him here, Jace.
Yeah, read it out to
So
us.
Dekek Yusuf was recently started shooting after a heated argument with his ex-wife. Attributes his success to his newfound passion for spending time with his children and a strong desire to prove his ex wrong. I never imagined I'd reach this point, Yusuf commented with a casual shrug. I just wanted to spend more weekends with my kids. At 52, Yusuf, who works as a mechanic in a small garage in Istanbul, first handled a gun during a particularly frustrating divorce meditation. Sounds hectic.
Wow.
His unconventional style, no specialist equipment, no training routine, and wearing his everyday jeans and t-shirt, in other words, fucking raw dogging, has puzzled professional shooters. He simply arrives, shoots an almost perfect round, and then asks if there's a smoking area nearby.
That is fucking elite.
Is that the reggiest thing on earth?
It
cunt?
has to be in the Olympics. He won a silver off it as well, man.
And to top it all off, after winning silver, Yusuf stood emotionless on the Olympic podium and declared, "Sharon, if you're watching this, I want my dog back."
That bloke has to be a Turkish hitman.
Now,
or an
that was
assassin.
from Abandoned World on Facebook. I literally just screenshotted it. So they might have placed mayo on
There's
that to make
probably
it sound
dripping
better.
in mayo, but
But
I don't care.
if
That
Buzz
is
Rothfield does
fucking-
it, why can't Abandoned World
That
on
is such a
Facebook?
good yarn.
So,
Fucking
but
oath.
it was it's so good, eh?
That
Just seeing
one
him stand
photo.
up, hand in the
Yeah.
pocket. Boom.
The main photo that's surfacing with him with the hand in the pocket. Everyone looking at all the other shooters, and they've
Yeah.
got the technology hanging over their eye, all this carry on.
Go gadget.
And he's just shooting, getting silver Olympics because he was pissed off about his ex-missus.
Yeah, he just wants his dog back.
That's all he wants.
Give the cunt his dog.
He's going to turn into John fucking Wick if he doesn't
Yeah,
get his dog
that's
back.
right. That's right. Exactly. But no, I think that was fucking great to see.
That's another sniff for Captain.
Oh,
Because he
100%.
epitomises what this fucking show is.
I reckon the only reason he didn't have a dart in his mouth while doing it is because it would have been not allowed,
Yeah, which is fucked.
which is fucked.
But it would just top. It would have been the icing in the
He
cake
didn't
for
even
that
have
photo.
one eye closed either.
No, he was just staring
He
straight
had
down
both
the barrel.
eyes open, hand in pocket.
It was elite.
And
And,
like I
at his
said-
age as well, to be starting to do that.
I reckon if he
Credit
had
to
a
him.
dart in his mouth, he would have got gold. Because when he
Surely.
was training at the mechanic shop with a picture of Sharon on the wall, he would have had fucking. I reckon he would have had a dart in his mouth and probably looked through the smoke haze.
Well, it would calm you down.
It would?
It's a relaxing. He needed it to
Yeah.
get gold.
So
That's why he won
I
silver.
don't know if he was running a nicotine patch, if that might have helped him. But look, Dekek
He had his
Yusuf,
in. Upper
mate,
decky lip pillow.
That's what I'm all about. That's the sort of news stories that
Fucking
we like
oath.
covering here at the Reggies.
Absolutely. And it has been pumped in the RLC, which is good as
Yeah,
well.
that's right. I don't know if you saw this one, Jace, but a couple of Chinese divers, Long and Wang, competed.
Long
Great
Wang.
combination.
You can't tell me that wasn't done on purpose.
Yeah, well, Wang Long wouldn't have
It
fucking.
doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Nah, Long. It was always Long Wang.
Long Wang, yeah.
And talking about Long Wangs, Jace.
Yes, the French pole vaulter.
We're moving on to the pole vault, mate.
Mate, this made my fucking day.
How-
Anthony Amirati, I think his name is. So he went for a 5.7 meter launch over the bar. And as he comes down, his hog got in the way of the bar and knocked the cunt off.
Look,
Man.
yeah. So obviously the big fella would be embarrassed you know, because his sword is everywhere. It's been plastered everywhere.
Millions,
But
I've
look,
seen it.
if there's an embarrassing thing that's going to come out on my behalf, if the embarrassing thing is your huge sword knocking a pole off the pole
It's
vault,
not too embarrassing,
you know, it beat the pole on
It's
the
the
pole
best
vault.
out of a shit situation.
That's right.
Like, if you're not going to win gold or get a medal, at least everyone knows that you've got a huge cock.
That's right. And we spoke about it before as well, but if that's not getting him at least fucking 6 or 7 rides at the Olympic Village,
Oh, dude.
then I'm not here.
He would have went back to the village and there would have been the Sheilas just walking past him going, how'd you go today, mate? You would have been like, I don't know if you watch it in between us, but when Jay sits outside, he's like, my cock's too big.
Yeah. Yeah, like literally downfall was his cock.
Yeah.
But you know what? He deserves it for being a shower.
Yeah. Fucking
'Cause,
put
you
it
know,
away, mate. Wear a box or something.
All us blokes, I'm picturing a game of footy, man, with a set of skins on. It's fucking embarrassing, really.
Cold winter as well.
Yeah,
like
and you're not thinking about anything to do with it. This bloke, in the middle of his physical prowess, literally for the jump of his life, he's got a fucking anaconda hanging off the
just
front of
a
him.
hog hanging off him. And
A
he's going to go
hog.
back to that Olympic village where the beds are shag proof.
Yeah.
And he's going to prove them wrong, I reckon.
Yeah, well, see, we covered this as well about the shag-proof thing. If a cardboard bed is stopping you from having a root, you need to really grow up.
You're not that keen on a route.
No.
Because if you really wanted to, there's plenty of other ways to do it.
Mattress on the ground, up against the wall.
Anything. Surely there's a little shower in there
If
as
you're
well.
a weightlifter, get on the shoulders.
Exactly
Just
right.
do whatever.
There's ways around it.
There's ways
Cardboard
around
bed's not
rooting.
stopping you. And that's not stopping this bloke either.
Whoever come up with that cardboard idea obviously hasn't done much rooting. They're very vanilla.
Not at all. They are
Very
virgins.
vanilla.
But yeah,
So-
anyway, solid French pole vaulter.
Great
Looks like
stuff.
he needs a smaller pole.
Yeah, that's right. So, like I said, man, sometimes there's positives and negatives with everything. And I've always said if you have a big cock, it's going to hinder you in the pole vault. So that's what you get, mate.
Yeah, fuck you
And,
for having a big cock. Wait, not
but-
a problem for us too, is it, Tom?
No, Jace, it is not. I might get into pole vaulting.
We'd be awesome at it.
But, mate, if you know your sword's that big, wrap the thing up.
Well,
a bit.
wouldn't you be like a bit prepared? Like if you're coming that close, it wouldn't be the first time it's happened.
No,
that your cock's gotten away.
it
If it's
can't.
that big, you've got to have some sort of preparation. Tape it to
your
your
leg.
fucking hip or your leg or
Or
something.
wear some
man.
skins.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
needs like double protection and skins on that fucking chopper.
Yeah, but I think they were the entertaining stories out of the
they were the
Olympics.
Reggie stories. for
They-
sure.
Yeah, that was the good stuff. What we will do, because we're all about the Aussies having a crack here at the Reggies, we're going to go and just read through a bit of the list. So, obviously, we dominate in the pool.
We do. We get swimming. We're Gert by sea, as we mentioned
Yeah,
last week.
so they're doing well. A couple of sports a bit out of the ordinary. Road cycling, obviously we fucking get into that here, so that does not surprise me for Grace Brown. So fucking we should win that. Thank fuck there's a silver lining. Like we said, heaps of swimming. Jessica Fox in the canoe and in the kayak wins gold.
Did she win a third gold today?
No, I think that was her sister.
Oh,
I believe.
right.
I'm pretty sure it was her sister.
I saw someone. I was like, no way, she's won 3 in
If
one.
this has been updated, I should be able to tell you. But we've
Yep.
got in the equestrian, we got a silver.
Did we?
Christopher Burton.
I wonder how old Rosie went.
I'm not sure.
Because is their team equestrian or is it all singular? We probably.
I'd say, yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't watch
know.
enough of it. I probably should have asked Shane that question when we had him on the show.
Do yourself a favour, though. Go watch Snoop Dogg commentating equestrian. It's great.
Wow.
He's like, it's motherfucking crip walking, mate. Yeah, it's
Is
good.
it genuine?
Yeah. Him and
Fuck
Kevin Hart
me.
do a commentary thing.
I
It's
think I did
so-
see that a few
dude,
years ago.
It's so good. Natalia Deem. Now, this one's unreal because she's from here.
Round
well
of
done,
fucking
Natalia.
applause.
Come third.
Yeah.
I watched that live as well. And from my professional BMX opinion, I think she was robbed of a silver.
Absolutely.
The chick who got silver had a good run, but she just jumped really high and
There was
landed
no-
clean. There was no like front flips or fucking spinny things or tail whips.
No
and-
Regginess about it.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like not saying this at all with my 4680 rose-coloured glasses. There's
Yeah.
no bias.
No,
one bit.
absolutely
She
not.
was robbed of gold.
Yeah.
She was. She was robbed.
But anyway, we're super proud of her. Who would have thought that, you know, in high school when, you know, all the kids were just smoking bongs in the bowl at the skatey, it had turned into an Olympic sport.
Yeah, they would have been sitting there and they're going, man, I want to win gold one day.
Yeah, well,
You
now
guys
they are.
Shut up.
I don't know if back then,
Now
I don't
they
know how
fucking
long
are.
it's been an Olympic sport for.
There's a lot of the breakdancing
Yeah,
Did you fucking
I
see
haven't
that?
seen any, man. Is it any good?
It is. I don't.
Surely it's
get how's
good.
it sport.
Surely that.
I don't know if I just caught a bad clip of it on social media, but they had like a broom just on the ground and they were just running around it. I'm like, where's the fucking head spins? Where's all the crazy shit?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the 3v3 basketball, it's like you've got normal 5v5 basketball.
Yeah.
So there's a few
interesting
questionable ones
ones.
getting around, but BMX is not one of them.
I
and
thought,
she's
mate,
made.
that was so entertaining to watch.
Fucking
I
oath.
don't know if people think it should be a sport there or not. I think it was great to watch. And then the blokes come on and holy fuck.
They took it to another level.
That's
didn't they?
hectic.
It is crazy, man.
Yeah.
So
So
that like the
that was pretty cool.
skateboarders and that it's an Olympic sport, but you can see the skateboarders just wearing their casual fucking shinnies and whatever they want.
Yeah.
One American bloke, I think he won gold, had AirPods in
Yeah.
while he was just doing his run.
Well, bro, I was watching the BMX dudes, and a lot of them had jeans.
Genuine,
And I'm
yeah.
thinking, like, I get it. People wear jeans at the skatey, but is that the best set of strides?
Well, I
for-
think he's in
for
his
competing?
element. That's what
Yeah.
he's used to doing
Like,
on
don't
Wednesday
change it now.
arcs. Yeah, can't change it on the big stage. Just treat it normally.
Well, imagine if they were wearing lycra, just hucking tail whips.
his
yeah.
hog would get in the way of that.
Yeah, that's
It'd
right.
stop the fucking wheel.
Yeah, but
But-
so that was the fucking BMX. What else have we got here?
We had
boys.
Plenty of swimming, and I think Groper actually has a recording for the swimming. that
Oh,
wants to
does he?
play.
We'll
So-
play that after we just get through a couple of these. So yeah, equestrian, Natalia there. We got shooting. Penny Smith in the shooting got a bronze. Jessica Fox, here she is again. Swimming. Jemima Montag got a bronze in the 20-kilometer race walk.
Ooh. Oi.
So the race
Have
where they
you
look like they need a shit.
I saw something surface about the race walk. The whole point of it is that one foot has to be on the top, like on the ground the whole time. And I saw like a clip, and there's both feet leaving the ground. They are pretty well running.
Yeah,
defeats
it's
the whole
hard for
purpose of it.
20Ks having a judge watching them the whole time. Hey?
Yeah,
I don't
it'd
know.
be a tricky one to police.
It'd be a cunt to do.
Fuck yeah, man! The urge to just run.
Yeah, that's
We're
right.
just like fuck this.
Especially the finish line. Imagine just walking next to someone.
Yeah, you just, I'm
100
trying to
to go.
chase you, and you
It's neck and neck, and you're like, fuck off, go.
No, you fuck off.
He ran! You're fucking running!
He lifted his foot.
Oh, fuck. That's great. So, yeah, we got one in the walking.
We got a silver today, actually, too. Jack Robinson, the surfer.
Yep.
Fuck off. It was stiff because I got to watch it. I was doing heaps of work today.
Yeah.
And it was against a French bloke. They're in the gold medal final. And I think they got a half an hour time period. I'm probably going to get corrected for a bit of fake news here.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they got a half an hour time period and they combine your scores or they take the best score. But anyway, it didn't fucking matter. They weren't getting many swells and too many waves were coming. French bloke got to the first one and he got like a 9.3, I'm pretty sure, straight off the
Just
bat. Like,
copped a ripper wave.
I
straight
have
up.
never really watched surfing live. I've seen like Mick Fanning punch a shark, and that's probably
Yeah.
the most I've watched. And I was amazed by this first wave I saw. He just ripped straight through it. 9.3, I went, fuck, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
So then old Robbo got up, did his, I think he got like 7.8. The French bloke did another one and got an 8. And then they spent about 15 minutes. Jack Robinson couldn't, there was no other
No
ways he could
waves.
ride, so he was gone out the contest pretty early.
That's a
which was
hard thing.
shit.
I was talking to someone else about this event today. He must have been watching it as well. And surfing's one of those ones where it's not like the skate park we just talked about where everyone's got the same run to work with.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, it's literally the elements control.
The earth controls
Yeah.
you potentially winning a goal.
Yeah, so maybe Juju put the French in there. Like, was it a Frenchman that won it?
It was a Frenchman.
So if there's anyone that's going to beat us, it's pretty cool to hometown, like a
on his
home
home
country.
soil or home water, I guess. But yeah, it was stiff to watch, but we still got a silver.
Yeah,
That's the best part.
Good on
We're
him.
still racking up the
Now,
medals.
there's one in another cycling event. As much as I give cycling, I think there's a pretty cool story with this one. Saya Sakikabara.
Oh, I haven't even seen it, so I'll take your word for it.
That I just know that there was some tribute to a brother about it, and there was a little
I think I
reel.
did hear about
won't
this.
talk too much on it, but congratulations to her. It looked like there was a fair bit of emotion that went into that, like a reason behind her.
Was her
being there.
brother a BMX rider as well, and he had an accident a while
I think
ago?
something along those lines.
Yeah.
I'd just be talking about out my ass, but I just wanted to say good on her for fucking doing good
Legendary
things.
stuff. The Aussies have done us very proud in this
I
first
have
week.
windsurfing, men's doubles in the tennis. We got gold,
This here is a couple like 40-year-old blokes. Like,
Yeah.
they're not very well known. And they've
and
gone against the
the
gold.
high jumpers, fucking silver and bronze.
No fucking.
In the girls high jumping.
Okay, cool. I was going to say there's no hogs getting in the way of them ones.
Yeah, a bit of spring in the step. A few hogs getting around the boxing, everyone reckons.
How's the carry on for that?
Oh, we'll get to
Everyone
that in
just
a
jumped
sec.
the gun.
This is Naomi Fox, so it must be her relation.
Yep.
Won gold in the Kaloo slalom. Slalom, whatever
Good to
that is.
hear. So we're pretty well out of the water now, and we're on to track and field.
Which is where we start winding
decline,
back. I
don't we?
think an Aussie made it to the semi-final, the 200.
Was it the hurdles or
No, 200 sprint.
Lovely.
Pretty sure.
Matt Denny, he's always a good shout. I think he's
Is he in
discus.
the discus?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the big fucking Reggie just throwing shit.
So, but
which is good to
honestly,
see.
fucking, there's more than just swimming there, bruss.
Fucking
There's
oath,
more
bro.
than just
Sniff
swimming.
for plenty. Like we get water better than most countries.
Yeah.
But this is, I feel like the second week you really start to appreciate the golds because we're more of an underdog.
100%. This is where you start really going, oh, get fucked.
Yeah, no way they're there. Fuck, bang, we win a
Mate,
gold.
we'll never give up, the old Aussies.
Absolutely not.
So-
And the Yanks and the Chinese, they'll streak away this week. They got all the track and field events, and they're going to carry on about getting the most golds. But
Yeah, fuck off.
fuck you, Yanks.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The women's boxing now, I've got to admit, when I first saw it, right, the day that it sort of come out about how, because all that was out there is that she failed a gender test for the World Championships. So did another boxer that's competing.
IBA, I think, was the.
So, but
policing
failed a gender
company.
test. Now, I think me as well, I've got to admit that day, as well as every other fucker it seems on the internet, assumed failing a gender test in a women's sport means that you have a penis.
I genuinely thought, okay, maybe she's chopped the cunt off.
And look, I've got a head like a robber's dog as well, but she would fit the mold if someone was to say that she was born a man and transitioned. I think, like, has the physique and you could make an argument for it, right?
glass houses, because I'm not an oil painting, but you could say she looked quite masculine.
Yeah, so
you understood it.
So it was easy to assume, and a lot of people assumed by the sounds of it, but it's come out that she was born a woman. There's all these photos of her as a girl.
Yeah.
And in her country, it's illegal to transition
That's right,
and
in
stuff
Algeria,
like that.
yeah.
So
We did,
she's
I
always
did a bit
been
of
a chick.
research to make sure we got it right.
Did you? So did she fail on, I don't know what she failed on. That's the thing.
The Olympics pretty well backed her up, I'm pretty sure. And so, yeah, it blew completely out of proportion after, and Angela Carini, the Italian, she was in there for about 50 seconds and copped a couple punches, and she
just went,
said,
nah.
this is, like, unfair. I'm getting, like, I'm jumping out
Pretty
because
much
I'm
said I've
scared for
never,
my life.
never felt the punch that hard or something.
And the country of Algeria and her parents, everyone's come out and said, this is extremely unfair. She's been a female from birth. I think what it is, it's actually like a genetic condition where she's got male chromosomes,
Okay.
but obviously full female genitalia, everything.
So just high testosterone and stuff. or
yeah,
something.
stuff like that. And that explains why she has that masculine build about her and probably extra strength. But it's completely out of her control, which is why you feel kind of bad for her.
Yeah, and look, I'm talking out of school here as well, unless you know every single fucking detail. But mine's pretty plain and simple. If you were born as a woman and you haven't taken any fucking hormonal things or testosterone to give you an unfair advantage physically, any performance-enhancing drugs, you've been a woman the whole time and you're fighting as a woman in a sport that suits your build and who you are, then I don't see a drama with it at all.
Exactly right. It's almost to a point where you go, if she's got that physical advantage and she's doing everything by the book, why wouldn't she?
Well, she's not going to be a model.
No, that's right.
So fucking get into boxing.
Get in the boxing and she'll clean up and get an easy gold.
Now, it's all been about her. I don't know the story behind the other lady.
The Chinese lady,
Yeah,
I think it is.
I don't think it's China. Fuck, I don't know. Apologies, but I haven't read anything on her, and I don't know if she failed for the same reason. But you can understand how everyone jumped to conclusions because, like I said, the appearance on them plus failing a gender test. Fuck. I know it's not
that's what I
anymore, but you
mean.
think that would be such a straight up and down test.
I think that's why they
Drop
put
'em.
the media put it out there straight away to make it seem like they found the easiest headline to sell and just went failed gender
and didn't
test.
they sell it?
Oh man, celebrities getting involved. Jake Paul.
Like
think
I
it was
said,
Logan
man, if
Paul was tweeting.
I'm glad that we didn't record the day or so after because I was pissed off about it, going fuck off. Because like straight away, you look at what happened, how upset that chick was, and you're going, what a joke. But then when you actually read into it, yeah. So
Blown out
anyway,
of proportion very quickly by the media.
So anyway, we'll see what happens. It would be very interesting if there was a clear-cut, fucking factored paragraph signed off by someone that said exactly why they failed those gender tests.
Yeah, and I think it was the IBA, which is who banned her, and the other controversy going around the other chick in the boxing. they both got banned for the same reason, was failing the gender test. And I'm pretty sure they're going to verse each other. They lined up in the knockout stages.
Yeah, right. Because if there's a reason why they have an unfair advantage, and I also see why they shouldn't be fighting them. But until you learn what that is, if they were born a chick, always been a chick, never took anything to make them any less of a chick, fight with the chicks.
Well, they're not going to go, look, guys, I've got a bit of a physical advantage. I'm going to go fight the blokes because they'd be the lesser physical advantage, which is just science and genetics. And it's like, it is a grey area. We probably haven't seen it much, but we want fucking answers.
Imagine that if you were a proper chick and you did that and you were going so well and the whole internet, imagine the abuse that she's personally got
that's why
sent.
you feel so bad for her. All she's done, especially now we know now, all she's done is what she can, is just be a girl and just always love sport. And now she is just getting hurled abuse for it. And it's probably a good stepping stone in a bad, sounds bad, but like for future reference, you're setting the precedent for Olympic sport. It's like maybe don't jump the gun.
But the other reason why everyone jumped the gun so quick is this bullshit is happening flat out all around the world now. Like there is places that are allowing trans people to fight against women and shit like that. So that's why.
Everyone thought it was another case of that.
If it was just fucking the first time ever, it makes sense in today's world that that's happening. That's why there was such a blow
blew up. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's the world's fault.
Yeah, not our fault.
Harden up, world. But anyway, that was a bit of a wild one. But without having any more facts, man, there's nothing else to really say about it apart from, look, if she cheated and took something to be more of a bloke, fuck her. If she didn't, fuck everyone else.
Exactly right. That's all we can say. That's
Pretty
all we
simple.
know for now. Should we hear from Gropes?
Yeah.
For his little Olympic spiel?
Yeah, let's hear from the big
He's got a
G.
few recordings he sent in.
He'd be listening saying, where am I? Fucking play me, cunts.
I got a couple of things on the Olympics that I don't reckon that boys will have been as excited about as I am. They might have been, but we'll see what they've spoken about so far. 2 performances for me, and there is a lot to choose from. We're going so well. Just recently, yesterday, as you're hearing this, with that kayak cross, Naomi Fox getting up, that was awesome to see. But the 2 performances in the pool, I just want to recap those. Kaylee McEwen has gone the double-double. So in Tokyo, she won the 100 metres backstroke and the 200 metres backstroke. And then she's turned up here in Paris and she's won gold in both of those events again. No Australian had ever done that before. They defended their Olympic title. She defended her Olympic title twice. 2 different events, the 100 metres and the 200 metres backstroke. She's defended them both. That is fucking unbelievable, and we're not putting as much mayo on top of that as we need to, I don't reckon. And the other one for me, 50-metre freestyle final. Cameron McAvoy at his 4th Olympics. I'd say it'll be his last. He's worked his ass off his entire life, never had a gold medal. This was it. He had to wait all week. He was in no other events. He's just a speed demon over the 50 metres. Had to wait all week for his crack. Smashed his heat, smashed his semi-final, and then exploded in the last 25 metres to get that elusive gold medal. And I just thought that was a fucking great story, to work your ass off your entire life, go to your 4th Olympic Games, only in one event, and you smash it out of the park. Cameron McAvoy, well done to all the Aussies. Fucking let's get into it.
I don't know if that could have worked any better. Because we just said, we killed it in the swimming and fucking went to all the weird ones.
Right. He knows us too well. They won't cover this, and Mick didn't.
And we fucking didn't. But how awesome is that?
Mate, that's prime. 50 metre swimming it's an interesting one to watch.
It's like the 100 metre sprint in the athletics.
Yeah, but they fucking dive half of the pool off the block.
Yeah.
So to turn that pace in such a small time, and in his 4th Olympics, to get the gold medal, he can happily go home now and say, I've got me medal, and hang up the old swimming cap.
Mate, after the men's 50 free, I reckon they'd have to top the pool up.
Oh,
the amount of white water mud is fucking off its head. You wouldn't want to get back at it, get back a bit because you'd just be in turbulence.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, just getting aerated. Trying to breathe and you just
flippers in
got
your
shit
face.
going everywhere. They'd probably only take like 2 or 3 breaths, wouldn't they, in the 50?
That's what I mean. They're like fucking fish, man. They would just be head down the whole time.
Nah, it's fucking great stuff.
Is that everything from the Olympics, you reckon?
I think so, mate. I think we've covered most of it. Obviously, there's still... How long is there to go? I'm not sure.
Is it another week? I think there might be. They do track and field for a week afterwards.
I think how the men's 100 was pretty close.
Noah
very,
Lyles.
very close.
Was it 0.04 of a second, man?
Yeah.
That was wild.
Fucking wild.
Noah Lyles, that was cool to see because he had a lot of pressure and scrutiny around him because he came out last year and he was actually correct, and I still stand by what he said. He brought up that American sports like the NBA call themselves the world champions. So like Boston Celtics win the NBA, they're the world champions. And he goes, world champions of what? He's like, the United States. He's like, you won in America. He's like, you're not the world champion of anything.
Yeah.
So half of the people are split down the fact of, oh, fucking right, we'll show you how to do it. The USA is going to win the Olympics. It's like, well, he's still right. He's like, you're still a domestic team calling yourself world champions.
Yeah.
So he's come out straight away, bang, won the 100 meter. And his preferred is actually 200 meters. So
is it?
So he's still got the 200 to come up. So if he wins the gold in both them, that'll be the biggest shut the fuck up. I'm the world champion. That's what a world champion is.
Yeah.
Even though he's a Yank, that was still kind of cool to see.
Oh,
to
dude, there's something about the men's 100-meter sprint that just stops you and it's like, all right, let's have a look who the fastest cunt on the earth is.
Yeah, exactly right. 100 and the 200. And it's weird not seeing Usain Bolt as well.
Is anyone ever going to beat him, you think? It has to be like another freak. Like, because he was such a big, tall man as well that really
his
just...
build.
And even the 200 too, like he was just... You just can't see any
so long as well. You feel for the blokes who did race like in his era and his generation because they could easily win golds 10, 15 years either side of him, but you were just stuck with probably the greatest sprinter of all time.
And he was... Well, put it this way. Everyone knows who he is.
Yep. Whether you like sport or not.
Knows who he is. I couldn't have told you before I watched that 100 tonight who was in it.
I know Noah Lyles and that's it.
That's just me because I'm not fucking like into the sprinting game.
That's right.
Or field and athletics, but you knew who Usain Bolt was.
Yep.
Just because of his superstar
the
power.
name just rings a bell every time.
Yeah, so
and
I don't know
what a
if
name
we'll see
to
that
match
again.
the speed
Oh,
too.
it just all fit.
Did his parents do that on purpose? They knew he was going to be a speedy.
Yeah,
cunt?
Run! But yeah, anyway.
Run, man.
Should we cover a bit of footy, mate?
Yep, let's cover a bit of NRL. We obviously didn't get to watch a whole lot live.
Was
We
that
were
no?
stuck
We
into
were
our work.
fucking into it. So this is just going off a few. I did get to watch a few highlights. I did realise too that it didn't go the way that I thought it would go.
No,
a few of them
not.
did. How high is that? The highest scoring game of the year? Just looking at it now,
Man.
48 points to the Cowboys to 30 to the
78
Tigers.
combined. That is unreal. But that is what you'd expect from those two teams. Tigers can pile on the points this year, but they just leak too many tries. And it's the same with Cowboys.
Yeah.
Kyle Felt would have saved a lot of multis in the 78th minute.
Oh, wouldn't he?
Because fuck me, if you couldn't have picked try scorers, if you had a multi with that, you would have picked plenty of try scorers. Kyle Felt would have been one of them.
Buller probably would have been one from the Tigers too. There would have been a few.
Every outside back was scoring pretty well.
Yeah,
But,
so that was
not too many talking points from that game, I think.
I don't think so. Big one here, man. The Eels getting the job done in New Zealand.
Yeah, across the Dutch as well. That's
did not
huge.
see that coming.
They almost slipped up at the end there. Wise
Look at
made
that.
a bit more of a respectable scoreline.
3 tries in the last 10 minutes.
Yes, and I got a little multi on that. They got up. We'll cover on Thursday night. That was good.
Yeah,
Nothing
you did
crazy.
Yeah, good stuff.
but
SJ, off the back of that, I suppose,
Yes,
probably a
that's
good
a great
time to
point.
talk about it. Retiring.
Hanging up the boots.
Man, he is so fucking good. Like, I think having the likes of JT and stuff like that I was so fond of, like in the Origin and that, and a fair few other halfbacks have been around. Like, obviously, Cleary coming through now.
Yep.
Um,
But it was a different style of halfback. He was that fleet-footed And when he came onto the scene was around.
Oh, he had
the
that
time
Benji
of-
Marshall aura about him. How
Exactly
those steps
right.
like, come from touch. And remember that first touch highlight that
Yep,
came out where he
everyone
just
saw that
fucking
video.
broke about 3 blokes' ankles?
Yeah, and he definitely changed. It was an idol for the whole of New Zealand in
Yeah.
that halves. But him and Benji in the halves for a
Yeah.
certain point in the early 2010s was terrifying.
There's something
Fucking
about, I
terrifying.
still remember in that when under 20s was a thing. And I remember him watching
Holden
him
Cup,
play
yeah.
play for the Warriors and
Yep.
thinking, fucking, this dude's good.
Keep an eye out on him.
And then come onto the scene, man. And yeah, he was such a good halfback. And getting to that's a good thing about social media nowadays where they control their own thing and you get to see a bit more behind the scenes. He seems like such a stand-up bloke as well.
for
Shaun
sure, very
Johnson.
down to earth. He's just always kept stayed himself.
Well,
no
he's
matter what.
never been busted at any drama or
Stayed out
playing
of the
up.
spotlight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think shout out to him, man. He's had such a fucking good career.
Great career. Would have been good for him to win a premiership.
Hmm.
He came close, especially that year with the Wales. I think it was 2011 against Manly. But
Who was with the Sharks when they won?
that would have been Chad Townsend and was it Matt Moylan?
I don't know, but he definitely
Jimmy
hasn't.
Maloney. Sorry, nah, I'm
Yeah,
99% sure
Okay.
he hasn't. But I'll get corrected in his 110 premierships
Yeah.
somehow.
But yeah, I think he'd be the perfect player, and I reckon they would. You'd think the Warriors would offer him a job, just
Some
to
sort
be
of
a
mentoring
Oh,
role within the
fucking
club. With the amount of
100%.
players within that team that would have looked up to him throughout
Yeah.
the playing years. And I think the coolest part about was him going back to New Zealand and the season that the Wars had last year.
Yeah.
That really solidified his legacy in a way. So I think he's gotten to the point where he knows he's not at the peak of his powers, maybe a bit too injury ridden. It's time for him to hang up the boots.
Now-
But congrats on an amazing career.
100%. Is there a chat now? I was too young for Stacey Jones.
Me too.
I was
yeah.
too young to really comment on it, but is there a thing there? Who was the better halfback out of those two, I wonder?
Surely he's got to be up there in contention with one of the best.
Yeah,
New
it'd be
Zealand
him and
halfbacks of all
Stacey
time.
Jones, you'd think.
Yeah, and then
that are
Benji
up
would
there.
be their best 5'8".
Yeah,
I reckon
yeah.
we can all agree on that.
Yeah, some
He's
guns,
definitely up
though.
there.
Some
Absolutely.
fucking guns. Yeah, righto. Well, shout out to SJ anyway. Good on you, mate.
Absolutely.
Now, this one I actually thought, I had a feeling if there was a game out of all these floggings, now I got some of them wrong, but there was a game out of all these floggings that I thought a team might just do something they shouldn't. It was the Dolphins, and they
did
nearly
mention that.
fucking got there.
That's the first thing I thought when I saw this scoreline was a late surge from the Finns. Tupanua getting a double out
Yeah.
on the edge. That's huge.
Did you get to watch this one?
No, but I did see highlights. I did see some magic from Sam Walker as well.
Oh, dude. So, like I've always said, like the last couple of years, I've given him a fair bit of stick only because everyone's been pumping his tyres up so much early days when he was struggling to defend and getting hurt heaps and getting found out. I'll be the first one to put my hand up now and go, he's fucking impressed me lately. Or
Absolutely.
this year, it feels like he's starting to just look like he's fitting in a bit more there or handling the physicality a little bit more with a couple of preseasons
And that's kind
under
of
his
come
belt.
with age and experience as well, I think. But he's still got such flair about him. And he's also got a beard as well. That's definitely helped.
He's one of those blokes that has the thing that you can't teach, I think. And that's
Yeah.
what there's so many structured halfbacks now that just get drilled into them. This is how you
right.
go. Then we go here, go here. It's hard to find that player that can just pull something out of their ass, like the little chip and chasers and regather.
can rip
and
a game open.
Shit like Munster does, but he's a bit more structured, obviously, than Munster. But like I said, I'll fucking put my hand up and go, I don't take back what I said when I said it because I felt
Well,
that
you
way
were
then.
right at the time. I think a lot of people were on the same boat.
I feel like he's starting to get the credit that everyone's been pumping him up about for the last few years.
Well, there's a lot of questions coming out now that is he $1 million player? Like, what's his future look like?
Well, if you're
me-
someone like the Broncos, it's probably worth $1 million, 100%.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought was I would happily let Bronx pay $1 million and invest in someone like him because you look at our seasons gone now. I think our premiership window is gone, especially with Renault in the ranks. It's like
Well, you look at I saw a thing the other day. I don't know which post this was, but they were mentioning the halfback for doggies, fucking who used to be at
Toby
Titans.
Sexton.
Yeah, Toby Sexton about a possible one. He'd be a good one if you didn't have the salary cap. But I
Yeah.
feel like if you had the salary cap, investing in Walker now that he's had those couple of years at NRL under his belt and he's starting to really get a bit more physical.
And there's a lot of
fit
talk
in.
about him wanting to, like, he'd want to come home as well. Because he was originally in the Broncos system. Could it be a Reece Walsh case where he still comes back?
Depends how much Uncle Nick's giving him under the table.
That's true. If there's any club that is going to match the Broncos dollar, it's
In some
fucking
way.
Sydney, which is hurts me to say. But that segues well into the Broncos because you can go and put a fucking big old line through us.
Dude.
Officially, mathematically, we cannot make the finals.
What the fuck?
That's
and
second
starting
half.
out electric too.
Dude,
Reece
Walsh
Walsh.
out the gate, doubled. I got to watch the break in between the ceremony and reception fell right in this game.
Oh,
so
true.
yeah, Joel and I got to watch this. Walsh out the gates was electric. Even Kobe Hetherington's try,
Hmm.
little grubber, dead ball line. The big fella dives over. There was promising signs. It was like we need to just get a gritty win here, take what our leaks, and move on to the next week.
That's
But
like the things
fuck.
that people say about Reece Walsh. And I think off the back of the Origin, everyone's butts hurt from Queensland and they're up him, he's shit, rah, rah, rah. It's like, oi, he's not fucking shit. The bloke's a gun. He's still got plenty to learn and he's young, but just those couple of tries show you why it's worth having him in your side. You just
Exactly.
need to have the right people around him to get the best out of him.
Well, we talk about Sam Walker just before about how he always had that in him, and you just give him a couple of years, he got dropped to reserve grade,
Yeah.
and he's come back a 10 times better player. Walshy is still so young, man. Like he's had his last year set the bar so high for Broncos and for himself.
Yeah.
So now he's having a subpar season 2 last year, and he cops this like the flack of pretty well everything when the Broncos are underperforming.
And look, but
it's not really fair.
To be honest, though, he's about to sign a filthy contract, and when you are on that money, you cop the shit because
right.
the money in that club is invested in you to perform. So you do cop the shit to a point. Like you have to cop some responsibility, but he can only.
Someone has to take accountability when you come in 14th and you're not playing finals after making a grand final.
But a lot of the leaders in that team and older heads on shoulders should be the ones copping that as well. So
I think Kevy 100% has, and people are calling for his head.
Yeah, well, I wonder how long the
immediately.
old boys thing's going to keep him around.
That's exactly what people are saying, is that he's staying around because as the old boys back him in, the club backs him in, being a club legend. But there's a bigger problem. He made a good point by saying there's a bigger problem than us not playing finals this year, which really makes you think what's
Wonder
going
what
on
the
inside.
fuck? Like,
What does he mean by that?
Yeah, is he having clashes with the players, or the players clashing with each other?
Like, what has changed? Like, yes, I know he
Is
lost.
Tony not talking to anyone when they're talking to him?
Man, is
Yeah,
he
they just
just
scrub him?
Is he just not doing anything?
Are they tapping him on the shoulder saying good game and he just
As a
doesn't look at him?
Caxton, yeah, he just won't look at you
Maybe.
or pay any attention.
I don't know.
Probably
Maybe.
doing it to fucking everyone. Wouldn't surprise you, would it?
But anyway, yeah, should we hear from Groper? Does he
I know
have
he's
a-
got some trimming, I think, for the
I
Bronx.
felt like he had a little input on this
Definitely.
game that he wanted to contribute with.
Let's hear from the big fella.
Look, I'm sure I don't need to harp on about this any longer than Jace already has. The feeling's numb now. Everyone was trying to give me shit about the Bronx on Saturday. The wedding was at 2 p.m. for a reason. It was a 3 p.m. kickoff. No, it had nothing to do with it, but that was a running joke. 18-10, you beauty. We're going to keep the slimmest of slim finals hopes alive. 36-0 in a half of footy. Not against Penrith, not against the Melbourne Storm, not against a team like the Sharks, who are renowned for putting on a big show fucking at their home ground in front of, a side that's struggling. No, against the Gold Coast Titans. I'm numb. I don't really know what to do. Is it Kevy? Does Kevy not know how to coach? It's 3 out of 4 years that we've missed the finals under Kevy, and we had that year last year where everything just clicked and everything went well. Walsh had one of those seasons where all of his little fucking plays that he tries came off. Obviously didn't help that Payne Haas went off early with an injury.
And Ezra.
That's not good for any side when he does that. But look, that's it now. We don't have to worry about the Bali flights. They are all fucking going September 1 straight to Kuta to make cunts of themselves. We'll come back in the preseason and we will try to resurrect what the fuck has gone on in this second half of the year. You know where it all started? It started at me Bucks party in the middle of May or the end of May when the Titans beat us 34-32 or whatever it was at Suncorp on the Sunday half. That's where it all started. Anyway, Jason and I just laughed about it on Saturday night. We went, fucking, I don't even care anymore. It's just the Bronx. That's just what it is.
He's spot on about the numb feeling. It was like people try to say, what's going on, mate? What's happened to your Bronx? It's like, dude, I checked out weeks ago. Like, I really could see how this was shaping up, and I didn't. After that win against Knights, it was like, righto, that's a promising direction. But no, there's no chance. After last week, I thought, nah, this is going to be tough.
I can't believe the Bulldogs did that at Suncorp to you.
We have struggled at daytime games. We're a Friday night team. Friday night lights.
How long's Kev got left in his contract? Do you know?
Oh, Jesus, I'm actually not sure at all on that one.
Maybe Google it, bro.
Quickly have a search.
Have a little Google.
Maybe he'll just go, fuck it, I'm out, I'm leaving early, or let me look. Kevin Walters.
While you're looking at that, how about the fucking Dargans?
Dude,
the Dargans.
Win of the season for him.
Fucking hell.
Just quickly here, he got extended until the end of 2026 in March this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
right.
I remember saying something about when the Dragons, right, and, you know, we say wrong shit all the time, but one thing we did say was that Flanagan is the coach to put onto a fucking team that's going shit because he's a previous premiership winning coach and he knows what
always
he's doing.
had a very
been
good
and done
footy
it before.
mind.
Dragons in the 8.
They are a genuine chance of playing finals footy.
Look at the Dragons, the Bulldogs. Seraldo coming from the Penrith system, takes some players that he knows and trusts to do a job and fit into a fucking great club. Bang, implicates it there. Bulldogs sitting 5th. Dragons, fucking Flanagan comes in, makes some changes, sets some fucking standards, and they're in the 8.
I think Flano is, not that I know the bloke personally, but I assume he's a great man manager. He brings the best out of his players.
And you know he's going to do whatever it takes to get the job done.
Exactly right. And you just can figure that one out for yourself.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? It just goes to show that there is some people there that just know how to fucking get people to lift.
That's right. Bring the best out of players who have been. Zach Lomax was struggling a bit. We've mentioned that heaps this year. His own son has been fucking absolutely killing it as well.
Yeah.
Dogs, I could definitely see there in September. They need to keep a halt or not even bother booking Bali flights just yet.
Oh, well, dude, the Storm. Fuck me. We were just saying last week that there's only 2 teams at the moment that we could see being outright favourites to take the comp out, and it was Storm and Penrith, and the Dargans have just ground them out.
Melbourne, if Melbourne had won, that would have pretty well come close to solidifying a minor premiership.
Yeah.
Not that you win fucking premierships in the regular season, but
right.
First place would have been nice having a Melbourne final, but Penrith are just going to keep nipping at their heels after that. But credit to the Dogs, man. That is huge. Huge win.
For sure.
What did we have after that?
We had Sharks versus the Rabbitohs. I honestly didn't get to see any of this game.
Me neither. I don't think there was much to report from it too. Tip the Sharkies, so I'm very glad we got that one up.
Yeah.
Penrith,
against fucking the Knights.
Gritty win by the looks.
Yeah. I once again didn't get to watch this one, but good to see the boys.
13 plus and overs,
100%,
and it wasn't.
Thought it was going to be an absolute humping,
but
like you said, it wasn't.
Gritty win. You got to get some of them along the journey to the 4th premiership, don't you?
Yeah.
You can't hump everyone.
Nathan Cleary scores again.
Man, every time I see
Actually,
that,
was this the one where fucking the show at the end, one off the hooker, runs himself, gets through every cunt and scores.
It was the most Cleary try ever because he doesn't have crazy footwork or a turn of pace. So when he does it, he makes it look so easy. For example, the try against Brisbane last year. You're like, fuck, that looked so easy. How has he gone and done it? But it's just Nathan Cleary.
I think he kicked a goal. That's right. He kicked a goal right at the end of the 79th minute to seal it, to put it into 8 points. But yeah, scored that try in the 69th minute, man. And that was literally on the try line, one out, fucking broke through tackles that should have been made and just lifted when he needed to lift. That's what you need. Do you know, we were talking before about cunts over $1 million, what they're getting paid on and the pressures on them. That's what they're expected to do. At
club level as well, there is not, Cleary hasn't proved himself much at Origin, but club level,
he can't.
Over $1 million, you should pay Nathan Cleary whatever the fuck he wants,
you can't. There's no one as much. You could love him, hate him as a Queenslander, hate him, say that he hasn't lived up to his standard at Origin, and you could cop it. But anyone who doesn't, just say that cunt is a fucking weapon at club.
He is the best club player.
Yeah,
in the world
it's
at the
hard
moment,
to it's
easily.
hard to beat him, mate.
There are players that have more natural talent and skill about them. But if you're starting a team from scratch right now,
He's your 7.
you're given as much fucking money as Nathan Cleary wants to be your captain in your 7.
Yep, that's right. And the Dogs do it again, 22-18
At
over
Belmore as well, Sunday night. That was
I think they had like 18,000 there.
man, that was a rugby league crowd.
Yeah.
It was just a rugby league game. They got a nice gritty win. I was thinking this to myself the other day. Is Crichton the best pickup over the last off-season?
Very good, man.
Because he has come to the Dogs straight away.
That's what I mean about
huge impact.
Seraldo. As soon as he found that like sort of stuff out, I don't know if Crichton went there before Seraldo or what. I'd be talking out of my ass, but obviously Seraldo saw the potential in him. What's he like, 23 or 24?
He's still so young, yeah.
and
early
he's
20s.
captain. Imagine
Of a new club.
Imagine the player that he's going to be when he's 28 or 29.
He's not even reached his peak of his powers yet.
I think he's a gun because you might have some players like the Hammer who's probably got a more electric turn of foot and stuff like that, and you have other players that might be better in other areas, but he is such a well-rounded player on all aspects. Like his defense is fucking phenomenal.
He's probably the best edge defender in the comp.
He's a big, tall, rangy fucker, so he's got that reach. He's got good ball skills, can kick. He's kicked fucking drop goals before, like for Samoa and that.
Man,
it's Samoa, isn't it? Not Tonga that he played
he plays for Samoa, yeah.
Yeah, wanted to get that right. And he's those clutch plays, like the grand final, that intercept.
He's done it on the big stage in all formats, and he's just so solid at the edge. Like I said, for his age, to come into that club, be the captain in your first season. Obviously, Seraldo had a lot of faith in him, and he's lived up to that expectation, and he's bringing the best out of his teammates. So there's been a few stars at that Doggies team for a couple of years now as they've been building. As Phil Gould's had that influence. Yeah. And Crichton has just put the fucking icing on the top, man. Yeah. Doggies would not be surprised if, fuck me, something's in my throat, eh? Can you keep clearing it?
Groper would be pumped.
He would be fuming right now at me going, clear your fucking throat,
fucking hell, Jace.
I think Sharkies will drop out of the 4 and Dogs will get into the 4th and they'll have a second chance in the finals, which is absolutely huge.
That's wild, hey?
To go from rebuilding the last few years and then just bang straight into top 4 would be massive for them, man.
I think there's that little soft spot for me with them. See, I used to not like the Dogs at all growing up. But I think the Penrith thing, like Seraldo went there.
True.
Burton come from Penrith.
Kick out.
We had fucking Kick out come from Penrith. We had, what's his name? We were just talking about Crichton come from Penrith. So I think there's just that little thing where I used to love watching them for us, and I'm like, yeah, cool. Little Reed gets into his work, little grub.
That's true. They've got every team needs that little grub, and Reed Marnie plays that role so well.
So I just, they're doing good things, the Dogs. And
I've got a soft spot for them now. Give them 2 years of success, and then I'll go, I'm sick of this. Yeah, easily. Fuck off.
Yeah.
That's all the games for the weekend.
Yeah,
Manly got an easy 2 points with the bye.
Yeah.
Should we get stuck into the AFL?
Get into the AFL work, mate. I'll just nod and fucking
sounds good. Starting off, Gropes would have said this himself. The Hot Dogs, Footscray, they're coming into September hot at the moment. One of the teams to beat. Bontempelli had the game on strings. 32 touches, 2 goals, 16 score involvements. So they humped the Ds. This one, you'll be excited about. Suns, they keep their streak alive, mate. It's the away loss streak.
True.
They went long to West Coast.
Yeah.
And West Coast got up by 10.
Yeah.
Do you tip them as well?
Yeah. Me and Gropes tipped that.
That's
they
me
got
too.
4 out of 9, though.
Ooh, it's a tough one. But yeah, that's a big win for West Coast. They're playing for pride at the moment, mate. They're not going to play finals footy to get a win like that. Playing for the absolute jersey, which you love to see. Yeah, cool. This was absolute ripper and game of the round, North against Richmond. Bottom of the table clash. You tipped that one as well, North?
Yeah, tipped that one.
Me too. The third win of the season for North. So that's another win that they're playing for the jersey.
Yep.
This one you won't be too stoked about. Mate. Quickly run over and grab it. Cats.
They did all right, though, by the look of that.
Mate.
What, 5 points?
I was very
Angry
nervous.
Crow? Angry Crow for you.
let him get it out.
Right.
I was nervous. I got to
Yeah.
watch glimpses of it, and yous made it a very fucking nervous contest for us at Cadinia. But Jeremy Cameron, our Lord and Saviour, once again, he comes and kicks a bag, and the emotions were. You saw how much it meant to him.
Yeah.
He was just looking to the fans after he kicked his sixth and screaming, and 6 goals.
Fucking, that's pretty good.
That is very impressive.
What's a like a really good performance? Like, do you know how you might get a hat trick of tries in the footy, and that's like a fuck yeah.
Yeah,
what a
so
killer
a
game.
hat trick of tries is similar to like kicking a bag. They call it kicking a bag, which is 6 goals.
Right,
in
so that's what
AFL.
a bag
for
is.
a forward. Yeah, you kick a bag, you've kicked 6 goals.
Yeah.
That's like the performance of the fucking game.
Yeah,
Easily.
right. I wonder how they come up with that name for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were kicking something around the dressing sheds after they got 6 goals.
Who knows? Like
Fucks
a
me.
backpack or something.
Could be, or a duffel bag.
Yeah.
But that game was a must-win for the Cats in the grand scheme of things for finals footy.
Oh, that's good for you guys, mate.
Glad we got it through. We patiently await results on Sam De Koning as well. It's going to be a huge blow if he's out. I think he.
Oh, did he
copped
get injured?
Yeah, knocked to his knee, I'm pretty sure. So hopefully he's all good. Everyone, sit back and just watch the absolute fall from grace that Carlton have had. They lost to Collingwood on the weekend, and I said
3.
that it would be really funny if Collingwood were to get a big win like that against Carlton. Pendlebury's 400th game. He's probably the most decorated Pies player ever, so it is the perfect script for him to be able to get a win in potentially ruining Carlton's finals chances against their arch rivals. Mitch McGovern, this is the heartbreak for Carlton fans, is he had a shot at goal after the siren to win the game and he missed it.
Oh,
Very tough one. Jaden.
Dude, that's
and-
rough.
Yeah, 6 and 7-legger were at the game. 7-legger's a Carlton fan, Jaden, and heartbreak apparently. Jordy said.
How far away? Like, was it one where he would have normally nailed, or was it like a righto? This is a 50-50 kick.
It's a bit of a 50-50. He's not an amazing goal scorer.
Yeah, righto.
But that's
Dude,
still...
you fucking feel for blokes who are in that position and miss. Like Nico with the conversion kick sort of
that's
thing.
exactly right.
It's like, you grow up as a kid and that's what you say before you kick it every time. Fucking after the hooter.
Yeah,
Let's
and
go.
then you'd miss it and you go, oh, wait, there's extra time on the
Yeah.
board and he kicks
Oh.
another one.
But there was a streaker.
What's happened here? He's getting another shot?
Yeah.
But
Oh.
what was on the line for Carlton that game as well, few bad losses in a row. And then against Collingwood too, fuck, they would have had it on strings. Yes. This next game.
What the
Absolute
fuck?
fucking
Even
gobsmacker,
I know
man.
that's off its head.
Off its fucking
Over
head.
100.
110 points. Port beat the Swannies by. Move them
What?
right up in the top 4. That's your first place Swans. And they are struggling, man. 5 of their last 6 they've lost.
How?
That is the longest streak. So John Longmire's been there for 13 years. And that is the longest losing streak he's had his whole time there. Swans still get to stay in top place after their last few shit performances, which
Yeah,
is
right. So they
obviously
must have
credit for
ripped
how
start.
well they
Yeah.
played at the start. But it feels wrong and it feels unfair because you are not the clear-cut premiership favourites anymore.
Yeah, that is
Port
wild.
are heating up at the right time of the year as well.
Where are they?
They're sitting second at the moment.
Oh.
I think second or third.
Couple
But,
of close ones coming next, Bruss.
very few close ones, and we'll hear from the
Oh,
big
yeah.
G for this Hawthorn GWS game. What's he got for us? He's going to be stinging, man.
Oh, man. Look, Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m., just after. Had a few beers, nursing a hangover, but just into it on the beach, having a fucking fat old time. The Hawks are up by 28 points at one stage. They put on a 3-quarter clinic. They went
Premiership
to Western
quarter.
Sydney as this youthful young team that's just doing things that they shouldn't be. They've gone to the Adelaide Oval last week, got the job done there. Now they've got to go to Western Sydney and beat a team that is in the 8, and they put on a 3-quarter clinic of how to go away, silence the crowd, and play footy. 28 points up. Giants have never, ever, ever, ever come back from more than 25 points down, and they pull off a 7-2 last quarter and break the hearts of every Hawthorn fan around the country because, like I've been harping on about,
Yeah, you have.
We had our last 5 games. We had the Crows, GWS, Carlton, and then we finish with North Melbourne and Richmond. If we could just get 2 out of those 3 first ones, we would be in with a real good chance of finals. And, it hurt, man. God, it hurt. I've watched the replay as well of that last quarter, and Giants were brave. They went through the middle. They took the game on, and they deserved to win. But, God, it hurts because now we've got to go play fucking Carlton, who also lost in a very, very tight game. They are teetering on not making the finals as well, so it's desperate times for both sides, and it just fucking stung me. God, it stung me, but proud of them though. Geez, they're playing good footy. They've got absolutely no right to be in the position they're in, so fuck, that might be it. If we can pull this off against Carlton this week, fuck me, look out, because that'll put us on the same points as Carlton and a number of other teams with North Melbourne and Richmond to come. So heads up, boys, heads up. We finished with a couple of games in Melbourne, so not too much more travel, I don't think. So heads up, move on. Come on, I know it's hard, but fucking up the Hawks.
Yeah.
Big game for Hawks and Carlton. Must win for both.
Yeah. I remember when he was saying that, I went, he'd be stinging.
Absolutely stinging. But he made a good point. They shouldn't have even been in the position they're in from the start. So if they miss out on finals this year, you're still looking forward to the next few years because they've got such a young, solid team to build off. But, 7-goal quarter for the Giants in the last. Tom Green.
That's wild.
Kicked the match winner. They played at Manuka Oval,
Winfield.
and he's actually a local there. So it was you see the emotion going through him when he kicked the match winner. What do you know, Tom? I put my balls on the bar, said what I said about old Essendon last week. What do they go and do? They beat Freo by a point. They go and shut me the fuck up like every fucking time.
Yeah, that
Keep doing it, and I'll probably will keep doing it. Just continue.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to play
Well, you
finals
don't
footy
back down now.
No way. But that is a huge win for Essendon if they want to keep their finals hopes alive. Very weird. I got a little yarn to tell here. Laying there on the Saturday night after the wedding, it was probably 2:30 in the morning, and I'm going through the results of a few of the games, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I can't believe Freo lost that. Oh, sorry. This was before the Freo and Essendon game. And I'm going through my tips. I was like, who have I tipped for blah, blah. Oh, yep. Got Freo tomorrow. Molly, my partner, never watches sport, doesn't have an inkling for it at all, especially AFL. And she just goes, I reckon Essendon are going to win tomorrow. I went, why? What even makes you say that? Like, you don't know anything or care anything about it. She's like, I don't know. She's like, I've just got this feeling Essendon's going to fucking win. And then I went, should I change my tip? She's like, no, it's up to you, but I'm just telling you Essendon are going to win.
Wow.
And then I just saw the result and I just went, what the fuck was in your wine on Saturday night? What made you
What spirit took over your soul?
Yeah, I was like, why didn't I fucking listen to you? She's never done it and will probably never do it again. But
well, next time she does it, fucking change your tip.
I've got to change my tip and put my money where her mouth is because that was weird.
You just
That
start
just
asking
spun
her,
me
hey,
out.
so who do you reckon, between these
try
games?
scorers,
If you're out of the competition for the tip in like the last round, we should all get our missuses to put our tips on.
We've
and
said from
see
the
who
start
wins.
that next year when we always
First
struggle
round,
to start.
Becca's putting the tips on.
Exactly. So if Molly's picking that shit out of her ass, then go for it. She can have the tips the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Lions were far too good against St Kilda,
Just
man.
pounded them.
Not a flaw in their performance, and it is fair to say that they are favourites for the flag, which is just astonishing after their start of the season, the turmoil within the club. They've turned it around. The Rooters are my pick for the flag, I think, at this rate, especially with Carlton and Sydney struggling. It's hard to pick anyone else out of form.
Yeah.
A couple of big retirements as well in the AFL today. Dusty Martin has called time on his career effective immediately. I think he got to the point where his style of play, that power he had and the speed and how just damaging he was in that midfield, it's not the same anymore. Richmond aren't the same they were when they won the 3 flags, so he's hanging the boots up. But fucking what a decorated career, man. 3 flags, 3 Norm Smiths, so he was man of the match in all 3 grand finals. A Brownlow, over 300 games. You got to take your hat off to him because fuck, he revolutionised that midfield for a couple of years, man.
He'll go down as one of the GOATs, won't he?
Definitely in the midfield. Yeah. Definitely a big game player too. One of the best big game players of all time. That 2020 grand final against Geelong, he absolutely won the game for them in that 4th quarter with just his textbook play style. Yeah. You don't see too many blokes like that in our modern era of midfielders. But absolutely astonishing career. Good on you, Dusty. And Tom Hawkins, this one is it's a bit sad for me because so he's Cats full forward. For
is he the big solid lag with the big
solid
legs?
lad. He always himself up. He's got the big fucking legs. So he's hanging up the boots at the end of the year. And it's a bit of an end of an era for many Cats fans, especially myself, because Joel Selwood retired 2 years ago and he was our captain for many years and through all 4 of our premierships in my lifetime. And Hawk as well was in the space. I think 2009 was the first one he was a part of. Probably wrong. But I can't remember a time in my life watching Geelong, even from a young fella, not having seen Selwood and Tom Hawkins a part of that team. So it's going to be very different look, and it's very weird. And we've got young blokes coming through who can replace Hawkins. He's been injured most of the year. Yeah. So I think he's seen that. He's played 350 odd games. He's won Coleman medals, premierships. Yeah. And same thing to Dusty. I think he knows he doesn't have that skill that he does anymore. But was always an exciting forward to watch, man, because especially in the modern era, like most full forwards now, the big size and the height, they're aerial specialists, whereas Hawkins was all bodywork, as you can tell by he's this big fucking burly bloke. But end of an era for the Cats. Bit sad to see him go, but maybe a fairy tale send off for him. Who knows? That's about all I've got for the AFL. Yep. Do we have anything else we want to talk about? A bit of boxing, UFC?
I got a bit of UFC. It's just a few of the cards. So, like, next weekend, we got UFC Perth. So, Dricus du Plessis, Big 5, takes on Israel Adesanya. So, that'll be an interesting...
That's crept up very fast.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting fight, man. Who fucking knows, really? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Izzy comes back. Like, after a fair layoff. It sounded like he really got some good quality time in, but whether he's still got the same hunger... That's true. As he did, who knows? So
it's going to be an exciting fight, especially for watching Izzy, because most of the time he would be, I don't know if it's fair to say boring, but when he was holding the belt, he felt like he was just doing enough to retain his belt.
Yeah, he's like, come and get it sort of thing.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to keep you at a distance.
Yeah, so I wonder if he's going to have that, like, right, I'm going to get the belt.
Like the way he did against Pereira when he got that knockout. He was on the back foot and he just started swanging.
Yeah, that's right.
Got that fucking beautiful knockout. But I'm very excited for that. And obviously those two have a lot of heated history.
Has a bit of feeling there.
Battle
and then we have Kai Kara France and Steve Erceg in the co-main, in the flyweight.
Old Steve.
Yep. Dan Hooker's fighting. I always love watching him. He's
an exciting
He's fighting
brawler.
Gamrot. Tai Tuivasa is fighting against Rosenstrike. I think that's how you
I need
say his name.
him to win, It's like
I think we all do.
I've seen too many losses from him in the past.
He needs a win, the big fella.
He needs to get a win.
So hopefully he gets that. So that'll be a good card. 306 at the Sphere. I'm more interested to see what the whole hype is.
How are they going to do it?
Well, because you've heard Dana say heaps of times now about this is going to be no one will ever match it again. And I'm thinking, what could you actually do?
What I'm interested in is...
From a viewing at home standpoint.
But even if you're... Are they going to open it up into a certain way? Because it's just the one side of the stage and then the obvious sphere and the stage there. They're going to make it a 360 crowd. I'm keen to see what it is. He's fucking hyping it up. Who's on that card?
So O'Malley and Marab are headlining, and then it's a very Mexican card. I think it's Mexican Independence Day or one of whatever their day is. I don't want to be disrespectful, but whatever Mexica's day. Oh, fuck me. Mexico. They're having a day, and it's called something, and this is celebrating it. So there's heaps of Mexicans fighting on the card.
We got there.
Fuck me. So there's Alexa Grasso, Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez, Raul Rosas Jr., so there's a few names like that fighting on it, so that'll be cool. But this card, bud, just quickly.
Got you drilling at the
mouth.
Got
me frothing. So we got UFC 308. Ilya Taporia versus Max Holloway to kick it off. That should just be a stand-up scrap.
Fuck yeah.
I reckon. Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. So they've rebooked that. Hopefully Khamzat shows up.
Yeah, it doesn't get the common cold again.
In the heavyweight, Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov.
Ooh.
That'll be pretty cool.
I haven't seen Gane in a while.
Magomed Alkaliv, however you pronounce that, the light heavyweight contender, is fighting Alexander Ratchik, who I think is the bloke that, who was it on grand final day? He was the bloke that, who just fought Pereira for the belt? Yuri Prohaska. Yeah, he's the one that Yuri beat last.
Oh, right.
So that'll be an entertaining fight. And then we got Dan Ige fighting as well in the featherweight and Jeff Neal in the welterweight. So it's like, for me, there'd be a lot of people who are like, oh, I've seen better cards. But just the stylistic matchups there, I'm like, yep.
Absolutely.
That's what I like watching.
That Holloway and Ilya fight is going to be a fucking seller, man. That'll be unreal, especially after the way Holloway performed at 300. He's definitely earned his stripes to get this title shot.
So obviously has to cut back down to featherweight, you'd assume. Like he wouldn't fight Ilya if he wasn't fighting for the belt, you wouldn't think. Although I don't think Max gives a fuck, but I dare say it'll be at featherweight.
He'll cut back down for it, surely.
Yeah, it should
exciting stuff going in the UFC. They just Dana is doing such a good job.
It's just good. Now
just continuously putting out cards.
It's a great sport.
That are just fucking oath.
Bit of boxing now. It's just been announced just recently, Jace, that the Podcast Royale 2.0 is happening next year.
I did see that.
I'm going to be having another swing in it. I know last year I said that I wasn't going to again, but we've changed a fair few things around. We've built we're building a gym at the end of the warehouse there at Alpha Blokes HQ. Full boxing rings in there. We'll have a gym area and a recovery sort of thing in the bathroom there. So it's like having it all there and being able to train before work in the mornings and around my lifestyle.
Exactly,
that was the biggest thing about last year, was feeling guilty every time I went to training because Beck had to dinner bath bed all the kids.
There's a lot of makeshift going on. You'll have the setup for it.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I can't do it this year.
Yeah.
Spoiler, I'm not fighting again this year. I'll stick to my undefeated record.
Yeah. Oh, mate, and that's the thing too. I'm very lucky in what I do. I'm able to be flexible with training and stuff. Where and same as this year, you boys have got a lot on, work a lot more hours that you have to be at a place.
Look, it was an unreal experience, and for anyone that is going to be stepping into the ring for the first time, or even if you had, this is going to be your first Podcast Royale, fucking do it at least once if you get the chance, man, because that was probably the best weekend of my life.
Yeah.
I don't regret doing it one bit. And it took a lot of mental toll and physical toll building up to the fight, but I can absolutely see why you'd want to do it again, because now that you've done that first one and you are going to be more understanding of what comes to it.
Yeah. What comes with it?
What to expect. And
I'll be fighting some cunt my size this time too. We haven't got fighters locked in or anything, but what we have done is expressions of interest. So from Alpha Events, what we're doing now is just gaining anyone who's got a podcast or has a big involvement in one, who's keen to get involved. Email your expression of interest to alpha-events.com.au. Anyone who's keen, who's got a podcast listening or wants to put someone in, and then we'll send you out a form to fill out, and that's how we're doing it. So that way we can be a bit more organised with making sure people are the same weights. And look, since last year, there's obviously going to be so much more interest now for people getting involved.
100%.
So, anyway, we're keen.
You're going to have to fucking book out Suncorp for it, I think, if you want to get the full crowd in there, man.
We haven't released many details apart from it's going to be around the same time next year, and just getting April. Expressions of interest, because we just want to get fucking everything sorted and run a bit smoother and a bit more fair matchups this year. And even though, look, last year was good, there's a couple of things will change. And but yeah,
it's only going to be bigger and better this year.
Yeah. And I don't want to put words in Groper's mouth, but I think he's in the same position as you, man, where he's got so much going on at the moment personally. He started the new job as an operator.
That's right.
And is doing a lot there. And I just think he just can't commit, I think. So we'll hear from him more about it. But
as well as it was awesome being in that, I've always said, I've wanted to see what it's like to do the full fight camp and the build up and get into shape. I just kind of love golf and beers a fair bit too much to miss out on it for 2 months again.
100%.
But it's a bit like childbirth for years, whereas you forget the absolute stress and anxiety that come with it. And you're like, oh, maybe I should just get in the ring
Yeah,
again.
get in there again. Yeah, so anyway,
Very
I'm excited, man. It'll be good.
I'll definitely be there.
Oh,
At
yeah.
least I'll be
drinking
drinking
a
million beers.
You'll
in the
be
crowd.
fucking with me there.
I
Representing the
will-
Reggies, mate.
Absolutely. I'll jump in and do some sparring with you too.
Yeah, yeah.
I might only go 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah. Big,
yeah.
fat, unfit cunt, but
Yeah.
I'll definitely help out in some way.
But no, it'll be good. So get keen, everyone, for that. Just a little bit more. No Limit card later this month on the 28th. So, not Tim. Nikita Zoo's fighting Cohen Mazzutia.
Yep.
I think there's a few other good, interesting fights on that one, but we'll cover that closer when
date,
it comes. But yeah, if on the
Sounds
Biffin
good.
front, man, I think that's pretty much everything covered.
Absolutely.
Do
Beautiful
we go to the
stuff.
tips, or has Gropes got anything else he wants to fucking...
I think that's about it. He sent in recordings of his tips as well.
Yep.
So we can run through and do our tips and then hear from
and then
the big
hear
fella
from him after.
After.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, actually.
See what he's got. Just load up the app now.
Yeah.
Righto. Thursday night, Bunnies are taking on Melbourne. Holy fuck. $5.50
Melbourne
for Bunnies.
in an absolute thumping. They'll be stinging
Oh,
after going
100%.
down to the Dogs. Bellamy would be fucking fuming.
You'd
I
like to
reckon
be a
he-
fly on the wall after that game.
I
against the
reckon he
Dogs,
would have
man.
kicked some hole in the
How many
sheds.
points are you going by?
22.
I'm thinking like 26
I
or
went
something.
22.
Fucking hell. Nah, that's playing it safe as well.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's a humping. Wow. This is a fucking interesting one.
Is Braden
Titans-
Trindle injured? Just quickly. Did he
Yeah,
go?
have a quick look.
I think he
who's-
walked
have
off.
a quick look at the team list.
Because there's
But
got to be something.
even if he's playing, man, at Seabus, the boys are up and about. I think I'm going to go
wow.
the Titans here against the Sharkies.
I will be too because Trindle's not playing.
Hmm.
Blake Brayley is in the halves with Daniel Atkinson, and then Cam McInnes is in hooker.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to go Titans, man.
Yeah.
They are building. They've had some big wins in recent times. Obviously,
I think it's just one of those confidence things.
Absolutely.
Just the confidence
The
is
way
up
they
and about.
played in the second half as well was just this slick, confident style of footy where it was just very un-Titans-like.
Surely David's due for a try this week. I'm
Don't
going to
he-
jump on. I haven't
We've-
for the last few weeks, and he hasn't. So I'm like, surely he's due.
Second rowers, we've got to start
due.
getting back. We haven't gotten stuck into
I'll
our
be
second
hitting him
row
this
work.
week. I reckon I'll hit him this week.
That's a great shout.
Um,
Gropes will be sitting there going, don't fucking do it.
yeah, he sucks.
He's shit.
He's shit.
This one's going to be a humping
Oh,
as well
Penrith
for
versus
Penrith.
Para.
What do they call it? The Battle of the
West.
West. Fuck yeah.
West side is the best. Yeah, no, we'll pump him here.
Agreed. Milk and Manly on Saturday.
GIO. So the cold factor doesn't really come into it being 3 o'clock.
Yeah, you'll have a bit of winter sun shining on them. So I think I'm going to go Manly here. But that's going to be my groper each way of the round.
Is Turbo and everyone playing?
Quickly check the team
Yeah, have a
list.
quick look. Just see if Turbo,
'Cause
Olakawatu
Raiders-
and Cherry Evans are playing.
Lost last week, but it was a very close game against a very, very good
The only
Dogs side.
reason I'm thinking about it is because they're down in Canberra.
Right, Turbo's in fullback.
Yep.
Cherry's playing. It looks like most of their big dogs are playing.
Yeah, I might go them as well, but that's me groper each way too.
Agreed,
I
yeah.
reckon that's a fucking one that the milk could bring home.
Absolutely. This one,
Up in Townsville, Cowboys versus the Bronx. I'm just going Cowboys.
yeah, a smart man tips the Cowboys, but a loyal man, myself, I'll
that's
tip
fair.
the Bronx.
That's
we can
fair.
just skim straight past that one.
Now this one might look obvious at first glance. Dragons versus the Bulldogs, but they're at Nostrada Jubilee, and
they just knocked
Mate,
off
is
first
this-
place.
I'd never thought I'd say this, but I'm actually probably looking forward to this game the most out of the whole round. The Dragons and the Bulldogs. I bet you
Last
that
year-
hasn't been said in fucking whatever many
You
years.
said that to me last year. We went, oh, okay. Straight to sleep.
In saying that, I'm going the Dogs, but
It'll be a fucking great game of rugby league.
I reckon it
Dogs
will too.
tip off Melbourne last week. They're fighting for finals footy. Nostrada Jubilee. I'm not sure which one it is. Dragons have a few home stadiums, but it's not win on a Sunday half.
they
so you
need to
can't
sort
tip
that out,
win.
don't they, the Dragons? Pick one.
Pick one and stick with it. If it was Win Stadium on a Sunday afternoon, I'd maybe consider the Dogs.
Yeah.
But we'll go with Dogs for this one.
Yeah, me too. We're heading to Suncorp on Sunday.
Yes.
2 p.m. We got the Dolphins versus the Bros. I just think the Dolphins will be too good.
Yeah, me too. I'll tip the Waz, probably their next home game. Because
SJ, yeah,
for
towards the
SJ
end.
send off. Towards the end, I'll seriously consider tipping them. But Fins this week for sure.
I agree. And then we got McDonald Jones at 4:05 p.m. Newey versus the Tigs. I just think McDonald Jones gets the boys home against the Tigs here.
This will be a high-scoring affair for sure. Both teams will just leak tries. It's a Sunday Ave rugby league fixture, though. It's at McDonald Jones.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's one you'll watch purely because it's rugby league.
And it'll be a good turnout too, Sunday Ave down there.
It will.
So that'll be good. Did Groper send through an individual recording for NRL?
Yes, he did. He sent through 2.
Right,
so we'll hear from him for this one.
Right. Did you get 6?
I got 5.
I got 6.
Righto, NRL tips. I'll try and
You reckon he's tipped Bronx?
go through them as best I can. I've got no team lists here, but that's all right. It doesn't matter anyway because I'm fucking hopeless. So I'll just bang mine out and then the boys can talk about them, or you can play it after you just talk about them. I wonder if Latrell's going to play. I don't think I'd be tipping the Bunnies anyway, but they're not playing that bad.
Nice.
I'll tip the Storm. I'm going to take the Sharks against the Titans. I will take the Panthers against the Eels. The Raiders. What are they going to do? I'm going to tip the Raiders. Down in Canberra, Fogarty playing well. Tip the Raiders. Fuck me. I'll tip the Broncos. Who knows what they're going to do. I'll tip the Broncos. I'll tip the Doggies. What a game that's going to be. Dragons v Bulldogs. 8th versus 5th. Dragons just beat the Storm. I'll tip the Finns at Suncorp. Shawnee Johnson retired, eh? That's fucking unreal. Someone said he wouldn't have a season like he did last year. Fucks knows who that was. The Finns. God. I'm going to take the Tigs. Up the Tigs.
He always does it.
Yeah, nice, mate.
He usually loves tipping Leichhardt, but he's stuck with the Tigs this week.
Yep.
Fair enough. Well, we're all playing for the jersey at the moment in the rugby league tipping, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm sitting about 300.
Not even looking, bro.
Don't even bother.
Should we hear should we change it around for the AFL and hear what he says first? And
Sounds
then
good.
we'll go off the back of that.
Sounds good.
AFL tips straight away. Blockbuster Friday night does not get any easier for Sydney after they were, I think the term is humped by Port Adelaide.
Yes, it
up
is.
against Collingwood, who are desperate to also get a win. I'm going to take the Pies. Until Sydney fucking turn this around, I'm taking the Pies. Speaking of mouth-watering, Lions v the Giants, 2nd v 4th at the Gabba. Lions, they need to lose one. I'm telling you, they need to lose one before the finals. I'm not sure if it's going to be this week against the Giants. So I'll tip the Lions. Speaking of mouth-watering, North v the West Coast Eagles in a blockbuster Saturday afternoon clash. I am going to take North at Blunston Arena in Hobart. I think they'll get it done there. And now we actually are getting into a bit of mouth-watering. We've got the Dockers up against the Cats over in Perth. I'm going to go long. It's long, and the Dockers need to win. They're playing well at home. Go Freo. Essendon, the Suns away. We don't take the Suns away ever. They still haven't broke the curse. It would be very Essendon of Essendon to allow the Suns to break the curse, though. So there's a fucking each-wayer for you. But I'll take the Dons. I'll take Essendon. I'm going to take Port. That performance was freakish last week. Take Port against the Demons. This is huge. Carlton v Hawthorn, 1:10 Sunday afternoon. Come on the Hawks. We are so close to doing something brilliant. Hopefully we can keep it going. And, someone get a schooner glass out for Pedro to catch all of his tears. Richmond v St Kilda. I'd say that all the Richmond Tigers fans will turn out on Sunday afternoon to farewell possibly their greatest ever player. There'll be plenty of people that say that he shouldn't have 3 Norm Smiths. But the fact of the matter is he does have 3 Norm Smiths. He's up there with one of the best big game finals players to have ever played, and what he did for 3 or 4 seasons was unbelievable. Dusty Martin, congratulations, mate. Enjoy retirement. I'm sure you'll take plenty of trips to Vegas with Dane Swan and rip the fuck in. And then The Crows. The Nest against the Dogs. Doggies are too desperate. I really want the Dogs to lose for Hawthorn's sake, so we'll tip the Crows. Ooh. Righto.
Great stuff.
Mate, I think we should just go, is there any different that you went?
Yeah, so straight off the bat, I'm going to go Sydney. But this is a fucking tough one because Collingwood, big win last week. But I just don't think... I think Sydney's got to turn around at some point, and I reckon it's going to be this week.
I think who did he tip Port? Yeah, I think I'm the same as him, to be honest. I didn't think he was going to go Adelaide, but he did. So.
Lions, yes, 94% is a bit stiff, but I've tipped them. North, yes. Cats, I've tipped them. Obviously, they're my team, but it is quite long. Look, when I looked at our run home and the games we've won and should win, this was one I kind of prepared. We can't afford to lose to Freo if we win the rest of our games. This is our toughest game we've got for the rest. I think we've got West Coast and St Kilda maybe coming up after this. Not too sure, but this is our hardest game leading up to the finals. Tip Port. I've gone Essendon. I've gone Carlton as well. I just think, like we said, Hawthorn shouldn't even be in the position that they're in. Carlton should be winning premierships right now. Yeah. So I think they're going to be hungrier because they need to win this game to make the finals.
Well, there's more pressure on them because they should have been there.
That's exactly right. The pressure they need to lift to that pressure this week, and I think they will. $1.90 for each team, though. Fuck me. That is value for both. And then I've gone Richmond because it is Dusty's send-off. They will have a huge turnout, just like they did for his 300th game. And I've gone the Dogs in the last.
Yep.
Because I think Crows could... It's a bit of an each way here because the Crows could lift at home playing for the jersey, but Dogs are in such good form at the moment, and I think they're going to rise close to top 4, if not top 4.
Yep. Well, there you go.
That's me tips there. Have we got anything else? Or are we straight into the standard squeeze
unless
of the week?
Groper sent a motorsport segment through.
Don't think he did.
Oh, well.
Oh, no.
Oh, there it is.
That's all we've got.
There's motorsports. Right.
Please, I need to hear more. Look, it sucks that we don't have anything and we're gutted.
There you go.
That's all I kind of hear whenever we talk about motorsport.
But anyway, we don't want to shit on the motorsports, mate, because we've got a lot of motorsport supporters. But honestly, boys, it will be back next week when Groper's here. I just don't.
We don't know enough.
I fucking would not do it justice.
Man, Groper knows a fair bit about it, and he gets ripped every week.
That's right. So if I was going to even try, I'd get pulled up on all this shit. Yeah. And so
I'd be reading straight from someone's article that they've written.
It'll be nah from the motorsports. Nah. Right. Should we get to the squeeze, mate?
We'll get into the squeeze. They are one of our biggest supporters. Been with us from the very start. It's the standard squeeze. They were just sick of the age-old issue of having glass bottles when you're going camping, out in the golf course, plenty of footy trips. It's getting to the back end of some seasons for a few teams, so... You need to get one of these on with
get them in the sheds,
bus trips. Get them in the sheds. They're just perfect,
mate. It's the arse end of squeeze season. Even though squeeze season's all year round, camping, winter, you associate those together. When you're camping, this is what you need with you.
Fucking oath. You got the 30 mil, 60 mil, 100 mil, whatever tickles you fancy. Made from food grade plastics, and so just go around and get around them because they support us. So you need to support them. And when you do that, use code Reggie15 at checkout. And you get 15% discount. And if you don't use it, well, you're just losing free money pretty much.
That's right.
So head to standardsqueeze.com. Get around Ash and the team. Fucking oath.
Yeah.
Who are we thinking for squeeze?
Dude, I couldn't think of anyone that just stood out. So purely because I don't have one, the guy that had that big of a penis that he knocked a pole off.
That's a great shout.
Yeah.
It's like, we get it, it's not your fault, mate, but fuck you for having such a big cock that stopped you.
And rubbing it in like that.
Yeah, just going, oh, man, like,
on
I
a
didn't
world
win
stage
gold because my cock's so big.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
right.
All right, oh, hero.
Yeah,
like, we don't get to have that luxury, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you can get squeezed.
Enjoy that in the Olympic Village on your cardboard beds, and we'll send you a squeeze.
Fuck yeah. What about CTC, Tommy?
Mate, CTC, a massive supporter of ours. I'll actually chuck me stonker on as we fucking speak for this segment. So I chucked the stonker on the dome. Look, mate, it's fucking hard to to think of it because all the Aussies are doing so well at the moment. I just think that the Turkish bloke raw dogging it on the pistol is one
That's
of
a
the
great
most
shout.
Reggies things that I've seen in ages. And the fact that he was just that as soon as he finished, he wanted to go smoke a dart.
Yeah.
That he just wanted his dog back.
And the motivation for it as well. Like, it epitomises everything we're about on this show.
Yeah, that's
He could have
right.
been anything. He could have been a hitman, for fuck's sake.
Mate, exactly, but he wasn't. He's a
He
mechanic.
tries to get silver, and he's a mechanic. And he's just really mad about his ex-missus and his
And
dog.
he just wants his dog back.
So fair play to the bloke.
We just want to help him get his dog back.
Yeah, let's start a petition.
Pretty much.
Get
but
Yusuf his dog
Frederick
back.
also a good shout.
Great
for,
shout.
for his performance at the
Just
fucking
the whole
wedding.
weekend, great Keppel Island.
Oh, everything. I should
Oi.
mention too, if you want to check out a Stonker or one of Knuckles' hats or design your very own, if you want to check out his range, head to thecountrycompanies.com. And if you want to design your own, head to Country Trucker Caps.
And you can put anything on these fuckers.
Yeah, that's right.
I
The
mean,
nuts is
anything.
pretty easy going, so
Very
you can chuck
easy going.
whatever you want on there. But mate, yeah, I just think it just suits the show so well. The Turkish bloke raw dog.
We've
with
got
the
to go
pistol.
Yusuf, don't
I
we?
think so.
Shout
I
out
think
to
so.
you, Yusuf.
Good on you, mate.
Fucking oath. Few
Well
great
done.
honourable mentions there, though. Your
Yeah.
old girl actually just made me think of this, and fucking one of the funniest things I heard. We were talking about Keppel Island and how it was winter time, so there wasn't too many tourists there and staying around. We pretty well where most of the people on the island was there for the wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
It was Groper's Island, and your old goes, oh, fucking great Groper Island.
Yeah. Don't tell him that. He'll
Fuck
fucking
no.
rename
He
it.
will literally buy the naming rights of the island to call
Yeah.
it that.
That's right. Mate, I don't know if there's anything else to sort of go off. I think we're about to finish recording and see how the hat things are going. But like we said
Yep.
before, guys, if you haven't got around the hats, go get around them. It's an Unreal Trucker cap, obviously made by CTC, one of our major sponsors. And, yeah, we're stoked with them. So if you haven't
Fucking
copped one, go check them out. And if you have, once again, we thank you very much.
Well, we don't know if there's going to be any available when you're listening, but if there is, you better
Yeah.
be quick.
Yeah,
because
go
there's
check 'em
limited
out.
stocks.
Yeah, it takes a while for the Knucks to knock them up over there. So
You can't rush hard either, mate. Look
Oh.
how like perfect it is. Like
can't rush up.
that's exactly right.
That's right. But yeah, so first episode, the big G1 wasn't here for.
I think we did well without him.
Oh, I think we did all right without him,
It was
mate.
pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah.
We had Quino's help there. If we had to do the recordings as well and press and play, shit,
Yeah.
the place would have burned down.
It was good.
but
It was good chiming in from him. It was very Groper, making sure that it was still
make sure he had
front
7
and centre.
recordings, yeah.
We should have set a picture up of him in the
Oh,
middle
man. The
with
spirit of G in the middle.
the big G1 just
He's
sniffing.
gonna be fuming. He's gonna-
He'd be listening now saying, shut the fuck up and finish the episode. So,
You know-
we
Oh man, you know when a dog like pisses on something, then the other dog comes back, or you're going out and you meet other dogs, and your dog comes home and they're like, pissed off. Hey, he's like, I can smell other dogs. He's gonna come back.
yeah,
and go,
sniff his seat.
I can smell your ass on this chair, Tom. What
Yeah,
the fuck
yeah.
have you been doing?
That's right. I've been yarning, mate. Anyway, good on you, Reggies. Thanks for getting around the show, as per usual. Thanks for getting around the hats and the community. Let's fucking go, boys
Hooroo.
and girls.